All of you are my gems. Welcome to what I like to call Area 5T1, where we do discuss the 5Ts. We talk about transition, we talk triathlon, we talk trends, um, teaching, and trucks. As always, today I am streaming, usually about 2.5 hours, and then I will go on to make some videos for the channel. So welcome. Go ahead and jump in to the live stream. Everyone is welcome here. Please keep comments respectful with each other. No comments that degrade anyone. So please, let's go on with the stream. Um, One thing we do ask, we can talk just about any topic. Try to keep religious talk out of here. I do have some uh, subs that do have some religious trauma. So I kind of asked for that to be kept out of here. Please do hit a like, subscribe to the channel if you aren't already. Uh, so, let's go on with the stream. Subs that do have some religious trauma. So I kind of asked for that to be kept out of here. Please. I'm sorry, I've got like my stream kind of going in the background. I'm trying to get to the analytics right now. So like I said, just let's be all respectful with each other. Also, if you look from time to time, on the channel, you will see different products that I just did to start my makeup or do my makeup come on. Welcome, John Phillips. Welcome to the stream. Glad to have you here. You're on with Jules. Remember, you are a gem here. Feel free to post, like I said, post anything as long as it is kept respectful. Like I said, everyone is welcome here. We can go and talk about any of our topics. You are from Florida. I actually used to live in Florida, John. I used to live in the Cape Coral area. Well, it was Cape Coral. For just a few months, I lived in Fort Myers. I do want to thank my sub Shredder. We plan to do a live stream soon, probably next week, but gave me very good makeup tips and I've used them this week and last week. And that's one thing we will be doing. We'll be doing probably a pre-recorded stream and then post it here on the channel. So welcome everyone. Welcome to the stream. You are on with Jules. It looks like we're starting to get a little flow of people here. Thank you very much, John. So we are starting to get some people in here. Everyone is welcome. Kiran, human, I am male to female transgender woman. So yeah, my voice is still going to sound a little male, but even cisgender women will also have, some of them will have deep voices. No, it is not Margie Simpson. So silencio, why don't you silencio yourself? So please, welcome to the stream. You're on with Jules. Thank you very much. I've been trying different colors. No, 2026 is not getting to me. Oh, actually, I do want to say that just yesterday was my second anniversary of, no, 2 days ago was my second year of transitioning. The anniversary yesterday was my 1 year with my having adopted Thomas. For those of you that are regulars to the channel, Thomas is my dog that I adopted a year ago. He is a Dalmatian mix. Crack baby, you think what you want to think. I know how I feel. No, James, I'll tell you, I used to be one. Now I'm a dudette. Welcome DNA, welcome to the stream. Day's going good. Yes, Power Stroke. I am into cars. I'm into trucks. I have a 2008 Nissan Xterra, which I am doing a resto mod on. Silencio. The reason is because as you grow up, many, you know, people will have what's called gender dysphoria. It's feeling uncomfortable in the as the sex they're assigned at birth. So I was, and I did the best thing. One, yeah, since you're talking Power Stroke, yes, I like the 7.3 diesel Power Stroke in a Ford. I would love a dually with that engine. But yes, I went to, you know, to see a mental health provider, and they said that that's, you know, what was the best thing for me was to transition medically. So, for those of you that think it is just one day wake up and think you're the opposite sex, no. Ella, you can think what you want to think. I feel silencio. I feel absolutely comfortable with myself and the way I am transitioning. And Power Stroke, I found that the 7.3 liter was probably the strongest diesel engine when I was a road medic and had to get to a call quick. Those things would power up very quick. So Ryan, one of the things we ask, we don't talk about religion, but yet I did follow Heidemann religions for a while, and I find that they are incorrect. In fact, I don't think God exists. So welcome everyone. Welcome to my stream. What do you mean, what about family? I have kids. Thank you very much, Solid. Thank you. Everyone, please do hit a like and subscribe. I'm a transgender woman, doctor. Well, thank you, Ella. Solid, God does not exist in my opinion. There is no proof. I have never seen him in person. And to me, seeing is believing. So not believing is seeing. So Rick, I used to be a man. I am a transgender woman. I discovered I had gender dysphoria, and best thing to do was to start transition. And yes, at this time I still have male pattern baldness, so I do have to wear wigs. So please do hit a like, subscribe. We do want to try to make it to, you know, 10 likes first. Then we can. No, we do not do that, Doctor. So we're going to hide you from the channel. Pretty soon. Oh, well, look at who's here. Jason. Welcome, Jason. Guys, one of my moderators here, and trust me, I have the best moderators. probably on YouTube. They are the goats when it comes to moderating. So trust me, you keep things disrespectful, they will take you out of the channel. Um, Levi, before transitioning, I did go to a mental health professional, and they said this is the best thing I could do. And if my other moderator Yadira does show up, you guys, she's the little ninja in the background. So is Jason. All mine are like ninjas. They'll come in and you you know once you start talking trash, you're out of here. Uh Right now I have a 2008 Nissan Xterra, which I'm doing a resto mod on. It needs some engine work, and then from there I want to make it into an overlander. Growing up, I've always been a Nissan person. I've had the first year 86 and a half Nissan hardbody. I've actually had two of those. I had the first generation Pathfinder based on the hardbody. I've had a Dodge Dakota in the past when they were still part of Daimler and you would get decent vehicles from them. Now, someday I would like to get I would go back and get I have mine right now has a V6. I would love to buy I would love to do a V8 swap to the Xterra, which is possible and it's not difficult. But I live in California and I think that mod is not legal here. They want you to keep all cars with their stock engine. But if I could do a swap, I would do the V8 engine swap. Aiden, you think what you want to think, Aiden. That's whatever, your opinion. Welcome, Firefight. Everyone, if you're just new to the channel first, or if you're just coming in, please do hit the like button. We're trying to make it to 10 likes. We're only 3 away. Also, please do hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel. So please do so. And welcome to the stream. We are at 4,305 subscribers. We're trying to make it, our next goal is to make it to 5,100. So we're not far from it. We're about 795 subs away. And then our next goal will be 10,200. We do things here in increments of 51. So, we're going to slowly try to make it there. Hopefully next week we can do a live stream and have one of my newer subs here, Shredder. She and I want to do a live stream doing makeup together. So we want to do that. Skippy, welcome to the stream. Please do hit the like button, subscribe, and thank you, Jason. And if you haven't already, yeah, I'm gonna, on that comment there that JJJ gave, I do want to say something. I don't think he's making it safer. Basically, he just went and bombed another country. He did it with Venezuela and has now gone into Iran. and this isn't about going in for terrorism um, or uh, it's not about terrorism or looking for weapons of mass destruction or anything. What he is going now, uh, look at the two countries. What do they have? He also wants to go into Mexico. All these countries have rich petroleum deposits. That's what he's going for, the petroleum, and that's you know he's just trying to get resources from other countries. Thank you, John Phillips. Um, so this, he's making it look like he's going after one thing when he's really after a completely other thing. On top of that, he's trying to hide his Epstein file records because of him being involved in all of that. I do want to thank everyone that has liked the channel right now on the stream. We are now up to 11 likes. So let's, continue that. Let's please do continue to subscribe. We are up to 4,300. What, six over 4,300. So we need 794 to make it to our goal of 510. Also, there are tags in the that might pop up on the stream for products I use to do my makeup. For those of that are interested, thank you very much, Avian. And I'm gonna welcome Sharon. Welcome to the stream. Please do hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Actually, Avian, I have several different colors that I do use. I'm gonna say I do on my channel. I do use wigs. I started transitioning at a later point in my life. So what happens? It's I do wigs, and I have many different colors, and all the colors I like. But right now, the blue is I'm really liking how it looks. I have red, I have purple. I just got a pink one. I was going to try the pink today, but I'm waiting for a certain dress that I ordered that I'm going to do the pink one. So, I will try different colors. One day you might find me. I actually have two red wigs. I have the exact same one as I'm wearing right now, but in like, a real bright red. So, you could come on to, if I were on tomorrow, I would probably, I might turn around and do a red. It's fun to change the color from time to time. And I last week a new sub started. Um, thanks, Jason. Actually, Micah, I was born a man, but I'm transitioning to be a woman. It and in fact, I can do a video on what you know in the process, what's going on. Okay, Sharon, thanks for your opinion. Yeah, I bought a new red one like that. It's longer like this one, and uh, I think it's fuller in hair. So I did, kind of. I liked the red. Actually, Randall, I did have gender dysphoria. Do you know what gender dysphoria is and what it's like having it? So, Randall, you yourself have that gender dysphoria? Maggie, gender dysphoria is when you're born and you feel like in the you were assigned the wrong sex at birth. Well, Randall, it hasn't ruined your country because transgender people are only 1% of the population. I don't do shouts out. I will always thank people that do drop super chats or super stickers, anything like that. So if you want anything uh, said, unless but nothing bad, I will um, do it if you drop a super chat. You know, a question like that is horrible. What Mr. Nobody just dropped. So welcome everyone. Welcome to the stream. Well, if that's what your opinion is, Max. Welcome, Max. Welcome to the stream. Please do hit a like and subscribe. Please keep comments respectful. One of the biggest things we do ask is we stay away from religious talk uh, because it is something that traumatizes some of my subs that have been here for a long time. Well, I'm sorry, Max. Yesterday was 1 year with my dog, Thomas. I adopted him 1 year ago. It popped up as a reminder on my phone. So I, I I would be devastated if it happened to him. Uh, the channel knows him very much. He's not in the house at this time. I don't know what color I'll do next. I've got this pretty cool. If by next week, um, if it shows up, I have this new dress coming in. I'm gonna do pink to match it because it is a trans pride color dress, and I will probably it's pink with blue, white. It just matches the trans pride flag. I may do that with pink hair. I'm just trying to do different things. Thank you very much, Sharon. Yes, we're now at 4310. Um, I will subscribe to yours. In fact, let me jump there. Um, I always will support my subscribers. I just let's see. Let's see. Let's go. If you guys see me looking up right now, um, it's because I have two monitors. One's up top, one's down here. So I try to focus a lot looking at. I use my phone to to focus on you guys and stream because it seems to, because if I got the vertical look, it seems to go out to more people and get more people here on the channel. So let's see, Max dash 2 K2 M3 U. Let's look for your channel here, Max. Oh, it looks like you now have 2 subscribers. Um, before I think someone must have subscribed before me. Okay, I've just subscribed to your channel. Um, my channel is monetized, so if you ever want to drop a super chat, super sticker, that is always welcome, Sharon. Um, thank you very much, Julie. Uh, yeah, the blue has grown on me. Other people on the channel like have done red. Um, so I do want to thank you for the compliment. Taylor, that's a good question, and I will answer it every time it gets asked. The reason I finally came out was because it's hard to live as someone you are not. Um, so you know, all my life I kept hidden the person I truly was inside of me, and it's not good. Uh, now me, uh, I always felt there was something feminine inside in my teens. I used to get my mom's makeup and everything, and her clothes and dress, but it took a long time to finally realize that it was a woman in me that needed to come out. In fact, I came out late in life at age 50. So then I started transitioning. I started really, my transition started then. So it's just eventually discovering who I truly was, Taylor. I had to, come out and start my transition. So welcome everyone. Welcome to the stream. You're on with Jules. Please do hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. We are trying to make it to 5,100 subscribers. Currently, we're only 790 subs away from making it there. Please do consider dropping a super chat, super sticker on this channel. What we do with that money, 30% does go to charity, 10% being what's called the center here in San Diego. The center is basically for people that are in the LGBTQIA plus community, being able to go and access different resources that they may need. They've it was recommended to me to be able and go change my documents to my new name. So I do want to donate to them, um, but The second thing it goes to is Animal Humane New Mexico. That is the place I adopted my dog Thomas from. In fact, it was exactly a year ago. Um, and then the third place we donate to 10% also is the Epilepsy Foundation here in California or here in San Diego. And then one thing we will do is the 70% that is left over, it's going to be transferred to an account, into my savings account. And we're trying to do a small kind of gathering, hopefully in 27. And it's going to be called Jules Con. Welcome, Yadira. Glad to have you here. So we do want to have a gathering so many of us can meet. The center actually has a small, about 100-person hall, so it'll be very limited. Oh, that's cool. Speaking of the swamp, my daughter is a Gator and graduates this year with her master's degree. March Madness is coming along, and the Gators took the the award last year, so let's hope they do a repeat. So welcome everyone. Welcome to the stream. Please do hit that like button and subscribe. Landman, that's not any type of dono. Um, I'm actually both. H1. I was very young, feeling feminine. Actually, I'm going to say in my teens. Um, Yet, um, I didn't start transitioning until I was 51. G Dog, welcome. And goodbye. So please do hit that like button and subscribe. Sure, Landman, where are you sending the money? Because if it's a super chat, it just pops up in the very bright color on the comments. If you're going to donate and try to tease us that you're giving a super chat or a super sticker, do it for real. Liquidity streams come out with new material. Do you know how often we hear that joke? It only makes you a joke for trying to say the same thing over and over that other people use. So just come up with something new. People say the same thing. They say dad, my brother, uncle, grandmother with that same joke. Aubrey, why are you crying? Exactly, Jason. They all study from the same book. And John, everybody is accepted in here, no matter who you are. Um, Yadira, I did make a fourth wall store, but it's still not showing the items its with the actual, you know, logo that Helena drew. So it's like there's items in the store, but they're still not showing. Oh, well, Aubrey, why is she going to the hospital? Is she going to be in the hospital because she's sick or because she works there? Because I work in a hospital, so I'm there all the time. What kind of ear disease does she have? There's very few. She can have an ear infection, but I've never heard of any ear disease that someone can have that's going to limit people from going in. And I'm a nurse, so you know, and I was an ER nurse for 13 years. So there being any type of ear disease, I don't know. Thank you, Sleepy Raccoon. I've got the blue. I did the blue last week, but I don't know why the blue is sticking with me. So it grew on me. I like it. I've also liked the red when I did the red because they're vibrant colors. So I'm kind of doing that. I've also got a pink one recently. I'm waiting for a specific dress that I ordered before wearing the pink one. Thank you very much, Sleepy Raccoon. I got you, Jason. Maybe I can do red next week, or the pink, because like I said, I've got a dress that'll go with the pink a lot. Uh, because it'll be pink. No, it'll be light blue with pink, with white, with pink, and light blue. It is the trans pride dress, so I do want to do that. Thank you, Yadira. So we'll probably go another 2 hours. Then I want to do a couple of videos. Already got like the scripts made for the videos. As you guys have probably noticed, the videos are mainly I found a function that YouTube has, and it's really cool. It's called inspiration, and then it'll help you kind of make a script for your videos. And I've loved it because now I can have like an outline and just build up from that outline when I do a video. I've one of the things I've really liked that Shredder did last week was give advice on lipstick. That way, we're not just using one color. You can use other colors. Hater, welcome to the stream. So today on my usual colored lipstick, I did put like the same silver I have as my eyeshadow. Do I know what or do I believe what? William, are you talking about God? Because if it's about God, I don't believe. I am an atheist. And that it sticks there. Boom. Closed there. Well, in general, can be about many things. That I do know. That I know because I chose for it to be blue today. Correct. And like me today, I was just trying to do it all matching. So I did kind of like a silvery eyeshadow. So I did put some of it on the lip so it would contrast the red color I usually do. And then um, no one has ever attacked my sexuality. I've one thing I've never been. Well, you can call me EMS. I used to work in um, as a road medic. So, Mickey, you know that that's not possible. He's already served 2 terms. There's only one loophole to someone being able to serve more than 2 terms. And I want you to go figure that out. Right now, I do my own. Taylor, yes, I go by she, her, hers. Correct, Jason. Term limits. There are term limits. They can only do 8 years in office. The only way they could do more than eight is if they were the vice president, and the president was, uh, killed or died, and then they got brought in as the president, and then they could do their 2 full terms. That is the only loophole that there is uh, for someone to do more than 8 years in the White House. I think we should. Thank you very much, John Phillips. I think one thing they should do rather than 4 year terms, they should, because 4 years seems like something not to do enough. Um, my father and I always had a very strong relationship. My father passed away close to 3, 4 years ago. I never had a chance to tell my father. Actually, I would say my favorite flower would be the bird of paradise. Then stargazer lilies. Very well said, Yadira. Very close with mom. It seemed like throughout my life, I grew up being very, very close with mom. In fact, I moved back to California recently, and I live with her now. In fact, taking care of her, that's what I am doing. Uh, that's why I moved back to California. So let's hope that next weekend I can do a stream with Shredder. In fact, what I'm probably going to do with that stream is I'm going to probably make it to where we do the stream on our own. Actually, no, Taylor, I'm originally from California. I grew up out here in San Diego, then moved out to Florida, then to New Mexico. Um, so I do want to do a video with Shredder. I may do it on StreamYard. And what you can do on StreamYard is you can pre-film uh, a live with someone. You can edit it, and then uh, you can air it, and then we can be in the stream answering questions. We on this channel, I focus a lot doing on live streams on Saturday and Sunday. If I have like vacation, like what was it, like 2 weeks ago, we did 2 streams a day because I was on vacation. What are you talking about for a movie, John? So if you know, many of you are watching, you might be popping up some pins on the channel. These products are different types of makeup that I use, um, to get done up for the stream or any of my videos. So, you can always buy those products. It will say where I buy them at, and or you can, if you order them online, that will always, send me part, like a little commission. Well, troll, who doesn't? Pizza's required to have cheese, basically, but I like more toppings on it. I like it with pepperoni, black olives, and mushroom. No, Justin, I am not. Basically, what I look at it is, if people come on here asking that question, they're not well educated enough in knowing why people transitioning. It's basically ignorance, and I'm gonna be straight out stupidity, because people won't won't study it. They just turn around and insult people. Well, Taylor, I just said it. People are ignorant, don't do research, and they're basically, like I said, and dumb. That's basically the long and the short of it. Usually, Taylor, what I'll do in that is that I'll reciprocate it, but in a more intellectual way to question them about what they are saying. Uh, so, for example, one of the things my moderators will take out of here is the religious hate. Now, if if I challenge them, I'll challenge them to a religious debate sometimes, and because and I'll ask them, I'm like, if the Bible's true, then show me a piece of Noah's Ark, because to me the Bible is shared myth. So it was a big book of myths, basically written by several authors, and uh, you know, and that's where it goes. Hey, Kathy, welcome to the stream. Glad to have you here, girl, or chica, I should say. Correct, Taylor. People shouldn't hate what they don't understand, and people, it's hard for them to put themselves in our shoes, uh, because, like you said, it's something that people don't understand. So it's just people that spread hate. It takes time to learn, Smooth Cat. It's not like you're like transition is something that you don't wake up one day and say, "Oh, I'm a woman," and you're not gonna change yourself overnight. You're It's gonna take time and effort, because it's about you first of all you have to get that diagnosis of gender dysphoria to be able to get hormone replacement therapy. You have to get uh, you have to start taking the hormones. You have to do it regularly. And yes, it takes time. It took me a long time to master my makeup. And then walking in heels, to go for what you start off with was it's with a hot wide heel, then go to something thinner, then you can go to a stiletto. It takes time. It's not like you're going to be able to walk them overnight, and then you got to get the walk correctly. Well said, Taylor. Yeah, we shouldn't be, because what I do in my home, in and with my partner or whoever shouldn't be something that insults my neighbor. And like, my sexual orientation is being pansexual, so I look at people by their, I obviously we all of us look at looks, but I focus a lot on personality. So if a person has a very good personality and I get along with them, and male or female, and they attract me, sure enough, I'm gonna be attracted to them. Yes, discussion is a very good thing to have. We shouldn't be focusing on hating each other. It should be a little more critical, uh, rather than uh, focusing on, you know, being hateful. In other words, we should be able to sit down and discuss things peacefully. Yeah, I know, Kathy, you're into the short nerdy kings. Yeah, and that's one of the biggest things, Taylor. We're here for education. We're here to help others. Um, People come on here if you know one if they're transitioning. We're here to help each other to be able to grow in our transition. We're here if you are part of the cis straight community, but yet want to learn about us and who we are. We're here for that. We're not here. We don't sit here and bash straight people, straight cisgender people, because that's not us. We're here to educate. Everybody here is a different, you know, person and individual. And as a nurse, that's one thing is everybody has to be treated as an individual, and you have to treat your patient that way and find their beliefs, their and everything. So you you know their culture and you know what to do for them. So welcome everyone. Welcome to the stream. You're on with Jules. Please do hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. We are, just streaming today. Also, I will probably post another couple of videos. Um, to just basically we're here to have fun, so please keep comments respectful uh, with each other. Uh, we don't want to bash each other, whether you are part of the community, not part of the community. We'll respect you as long as you respect us. You know, this is a channel where it's all about caring for each other, not spewing hate. I don't know how many of you read my uh, saw my shorts. Uh, some thieves got to my car recently. The GemsX stole some of the lighting off of it. I think it happened at, I don't know, I'm still torn whether it happened here near my house um, or happened at the trolley station. So before I had put some KC highlights on the front of it, on the brush guard, but now I'm gonna go a little different on it. And since I had a light strip on the top, well, that's cool of you, Taylor, and to be able to have come in and have a civil conversation with us. I do thank you, because that's very important. And it seems certain people, uh, you know certain may not, if there are certain faiths. For example, me, I would you guess that I used to be a hardcore Mormon, uh, just a few years ago. So this is the new light strip that is replacing the KC lights that were stolen. This is about a 17-inch light strip. So that's what's going to replace the KC highlights. I am trying to buy locking security nuts for it. I have found like what I want, and then the top is being replaced by a new 41-inch light strip, just like the one that was stolen before. I've already got it sitting right here next to me. So there'll be some good GemsX videos coming. Unfortunately, these had to come because someone, decided to steal my other lighting. Um, this is going to be an easy one to install because once I put, you know, bolt it on, all I have to do is strip 2 wires and hook it up to the wiring. Same with the 41-inch on top. Just hook up wires. That's all it'll be. And that's what probably made it easy for the thieves because all they did was cut the wires. Probably had a pair of vice grips, just unbolted it. I have found some cone-shaped nuts that vice grips can't even grip to because they're like this, and then they not even, and they're slick. So it takes a lot, and it takes a special type of socket for them to have. So you know, um, AI did a great video of showing how I was feeling. You guys may notice I've been doing a lot of shorts with AI because if I don't have time to film, I just program into AI what I want to say. I'm one thing I am gonna do. The nuts and the bolts will have Loctite. Maybe I'll have to try that, Kathy. Um, I was, I can't say it on here because I had some ideas. I mean, I don't think it's something a homeless people would do. People homeless will do because if you see them homeless and see them walking down the street with a light bar, someone's gonna ask questions and they're not gonna get much at a pawn shop for them. Maybe the round Casey highlights, because those were about 115. I think it was more a targeted attack, of people that decided to just take them and probably sold them or put them on their vehicle already. So I'm going to say I love the advice that Shredder gave last week. I am now starting to put eyeshadow on the lipstick. After I put the lipstick on, I used this silver eyeshadow. So I just put silver eyeshadow over my usual red lipstick, and I will tell you it works fantastic. Next week, if my trans pride dress shows, I'm gonna wear the the pink wig, and then probably put blue eyeshadow over the over pink lipstick to really kind of get both shades of the dress. I think that'll look fantastic. I will tell you, probably Taylor. The first part of some of the most difficult parts is when you decide to come out. One is when you're probably going to go see the therapist the first time to get that diagnosis, and you're thinking, is this actually what I am feeling? Accepting yourself. Second part is probably when you're going to go out in public and uh and pass. So you get all done up and then go out in public, and you don't know if you're going to pass or not. If people are going to clock you. Are they going to say, hey, you're a guy? That was probably one of my first things. When I lived in my apartment building in New Mexico, that's when I started really going out in public. Because in Florida, I still had I'd come out to my therapist, and I would go to their office, and then dressed. But in New Mexico is when I started going in public, and you'd go to say to the grocery store, and that was the first time you go grocery shopping or just go to any store for the first time, and you're like, am I gonna pass? Is anybody gonna clock me? Are they gonna say, oh, you're a man? I mean, um I just went to the doctor's office the other day here in San Diego, and one of my big things is, although my doctor's office, it is the LGBTQIA plus area of San Diego. You still wonder, what are you going to get questioned or whatever? But I mean, first of all, at my doctor's office, they were very, very cool. They were accepting. The medical assistant gave many compliments. My doctor, I believe he's part of the community, not trans, but the uh, entire LGBTQIA. Um, Actually, Taylor, New Mexico, just like California, is a liberal state. So they're actually a sanctuary state. So they're very accepting. So yeah, they're it's a very, very uh, accepting state. There were some cities that were very, very LGBTQIA friendly. I think it was Truth or Consequences. I think was very uh, pro LGBTQ. Albuquerque, where I lived, was too. You had Nob Hill, so Mr. Super here that said, called you by a name at the end. Nob Hill was actually the name of the LGBTQIA plus community in Albuquerque. Yeah, that was named after a TV game show um, that put an offer out there that if they named a city after their show, that they would give a certain amount of money to that city. And that was the name of the show, was Truth or Consequences. Okay, I forgot to put my nose ring in today. Um, so welcome everyone. Welcome to the stream. You're on with Jules. Please do hit that like button and subscribe. Um, Everyone is welcome in here. Please do hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. We are 29 likes from the 51 goal that we always have as far as uh, likes. So please come on and actually, no. Actually, I don't feel any resentment. Um, I was the only thing was I was brought up in a patriarchal society for two reasons. I grew. I'm of Mexican descent, so in a Latino culture, you're always it is a patriarchal lifestyle. So you're always brought up, when you're born male, you're brought up and taught to, yeah, you're going to be, the guy, in machismo, um, you know, um, and that's what you're going to do. Then um, you're you got your uh, then when I joined the Mormon Church, they did teach that you that once again it was the same culture. It's a very patriarchal culture. So welcome everyone. Welcome to the stream. You're on with Jules. Please do hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Make sure that later on you watch for I think I'll post maybe 2, 3 videos today. I already do have some topics ready for them. Uh, I do have some interesting topics that I have, you know, gotten inspiration. If you ever start a YouTube channel um, and you have multiple topics you talk about on the channel, just always go to your content that you've already created, and there'll be a tab like at top. It'll say videos, shorts, lives, but there'll be one that says inspiration, and it'll help you create new content. Actually, I think I want to. Shadow Band, I'm going to tell you something. What he's proved is that a president can get away with illegal acts. Everything he has done, and I don't know how he um, keeps getting away with it, is basically illegal. To, you know, I don't know why, but he continues to do something illegal. Um, and it continues to be that way. And Bill, I haven't at this time, and I haven't been looking as much, but I'm sure eventually I will. Thank you very much on the compliment there, Bill. I tried my hardest. It took me a long time to figure out makeup. It is the hardest part. Welcome, Barbara. Welcome to the stream. You're on with Jules. Please hit the like button and subscribe. Well, one thing I live here on the border. I live in San Diego, and not far from the border. And you know, Greg Bovino was taken uh, out of the Twin Cities over there, but he was sent over here. I'm surprised we haven't seen much of what's been going on over there. Maybe going on in areas that I haven't seen it go on. Um, but yes, active military is low. One, technically, the military can't be brought into the inside our borders because that it violates the law of posse comitatus. And now he is invading other countries. So what's going to happen is basically, he's starting a war and going to be um, start, continue to invade other countries. Basically, what he's doing with that, he is using it to cover, in my opinion, he's using it as a cover to uh, focus away from the Epstein files. And basically, since it was only governors can activate the National Guard in certain cities, in their own state, what he did was create ICE as his own little private military. And I bet you, if you were unmasked, most of those ICE agents, most of them are uh, his own little military he had already started in his past term, called the Proud Boys, and the Oath Keepers, who would probably do that without even pay. Yes, Trey, I am. Terry well said. I have a stepson that is active duty right now. Correct, Sleepy Raccoon. I bet you that most of those ICE agents are his 1-6 crowd. I don't doubt it, for a minute. They did they did 1-6 without, without pay. Vic, think what you want to think. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the stream. You're on with Jules. Please do leave a like, subscribe to the channel. Consider dropping a super. Any supers. 30% does go to charity. The other 70 we're going to be putting aside, and what we will be doing is hopefully doing a little get together. I want to be me, Smooth Cat. I am me. I I found who I truly was, and became that person. So, that's a question, that's already been answered in my life. So, my moderator Jason has been doing fantastic today. As he states, please no hate, no disregard for others. We are here to have a good conversation. Yeah, Smooth Cat. And that's what, the hormone replacement therapy will is doing what it needs to do. It does lower the testosterone, raises the estrogen, um, and then uh, you know, due to the fact that I did have male pattern baldness until I decided to transition, I need to wear a wig. No, I do not have acceptance issues. Not at all. Basically, Smooth Cat, the way I'm looking at it is you're having them because you're having trouble accepting me as who I truly am. No, I found that there was a different person inside than what was the outward appearance. What I see here in what you're doing is you're having trouble accepting the fact that I'm a trans woman. And it's going to always bother you when you go to a trans channel here on YouTube. You're going to have, um, there, in fact, if you are so rational integrity, welcome to the stream. So when if it were back in 2013, I wouldn't have started my transition. I would have started my transition then, but uh, I didn't find those deep rooted feelings inside of me till 2021. And that could be your opinion. You know, I saw, I don't know your age, Smooth Cat, but if you look back into the 80s, there was a TV show um, called That's Incredible. And on That's Incredible, they showed an episode of a transgender woman and a transgender man that were transitioning at that time, and people accepted it. And at the you know they that's what it was, is they were showing how one man was becoming a woman and a woman was becoming a man. And basically after they would tell the story, they would say that's incredible. Well, back then they didn't disrespect it. Yeah, we are learning here, and I have seen stories about Sean Ryan that did transition. So maybe you should go back in time into the 80s, look up the episode about trans people. If I could be a furry, I don't know. I'd have to look at furries and is there specific personas? Because I don't know much about furries. Or is it just that you pick a certain animal that you want to be? But I know it is also something out in the community. And what channel? Where was that episode with the Sean Ryan scene? I recommend, I do recommend you go back and find the show. That's incredible, where someone did, you know, transition. Well, first of all, I don't believe in Jesus. I don't believe in anything biblical. The Bible to me is basically fan fiction. Basically, it is shared myth amongst certain groups. It took me, actually, the thing is, I kept it hidden inside of me for 51 years. Uh, but throughout my life, I would find that I was, you know, just putting aside things that made, I put it aside that I was trans. In other words, in my teens, I would try makeup, I would try women's clothes, but I grew up in a very patriarchal society. In other words, I'm of Mexican descent. Um, I did, I had to keep it hidden. Okay, Taylor, good question. What was the catalyst? So I'm gonna say it was during the pandemic. I would be at home, and my ex-wife would do travel assignments. She was a nurse also, and what would happen is, you know, one, I came out as bisexual during that time, but then I one day had this thing. I saw some of her clothes there. I I, I knew that in my early, in my teens, um, I always tried on different clothing that was my mom's or my sister's. And I tried on some of hers, and I said, you know what, we got to do makeup again. And I started doing makeup, and I enjoyed it. It sparked something inside of me that I had always had, and therefore I went and started doing um, make my makeup, and I enjoyed it. There was just something that I always had in me. Cosmic, I always suggest that you go. I started going to therapy once I had that come out, and the therapist will review certain things with you throughout life, and you know, you can talk to your therapist about it. I suggest that. Yes, irrational. I still do talk with her. Um, so welcome everyone. Welcome to the stream. Well, I will answer. It's not trauma in childhood. I didn't have a traumatic childhood, Smooth Cat. When I went and spoke with my therapist, I explained everything today and how I felt them. Miles, welcome to the stream. Thank you. Well, you may think that, but I never had trauma in mine. Yadir is my moderator, Miles. And talk about the goat of moderators. That's Yadira. She's probably one of the best mods on YouTube. I, and that's what I'll always say about my mods. They're probably the best on YouTube. So please do hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Uh, consider dropping a super. Uh, Everyone is welcome in here as long as you keep things in a you know basically respectful manner. One of the things we ask on this channel, please don't bring in faith or God into this conversation. I do have some subs that have religious trauma, so I don't want to bring up some of that trauma that they have. Not that I know of, Jeffrey. Yes, I do. One stepson and a daughter. How do you support? Basically, if you want to support the channel, you can drop a super chat, a super sticker. Any amount is appreciated here. 30% of what I get on here goes to 3 different charities. So 10% to Animal Humane New Mexico, 10% to, it's called the Center here. It is a resource center for LGBTQIA population. And the third goes to the Epilepsy Foundation. The other 10%. The other 70%, we're putting it aside. We're trying to do an event in 27. We will call it Jules Con. It'll probably be here in San Diego. It's going to be limited amount on spaces. It'll probably be done at the center. They have little rooms, like gathering rooms, and they have one that'll take about 100 people. So I will probably be trying to set one aside um, for a Jules Con, as we said. No, my daughter is very liberal and will does accept. No, Taylor, I don't get any anxiety from being me. Hey, McKenna, welcome to the stream. You're on with Jules. Please do hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Love Meadow, that is not a funny comment to bring on here. Uh, Many people are told that they're gonna pass away one day and they last for years, so it can never be certain what the doctor will be has said. Actually, McKenna, I did get it on. I'm gonna tell you, I buy stuff on Temu. For those of you that don't, I suggest it. I bought mine there. I've bought some on Amazon. They are synthetic. I've also bought real hair ones in the past. That's a long story of what ended up happening to those. So uh, I but I buy the synthetic. I have several different colors. I have this. I actually have 2 red ones. In one that's long like this. The first red one I've done isn't as long. Um, I just got a pink one that's more of a bob. Uh, And yes, I'll admit I do wear wigs. Why? Because I started transitioning late in life and I do have male pattern baldness. Yeah, people always say when you purchase things on Temu, why, I'm sorry, but they have very good items and they don't cost much. I'd rather pay less and actually get a good item than say, oh no, I'm not going to buy it because this is from China or whatever. Um, yeah, I buy I buy things that have worked great for me. Some of the nightlights from my car have been off of there. Um, the ditch lights from my car came right off of there. Um, One thing I do steer away from are certain electronics off of Timu. I probably wouldn't buy, or certain computer things have worked good. Got a mic over here for when I do, um, like a streaming with another person. I've got a good mic over here. My ring light over here came from Timu. They've turned out good. I tried to buy a little pad, so in other words, I can plug in multiple devices. That didn't work. Thank you very much, Taylor. It was a pleasure having you here. Thank you for being very neutral in our conversation. And you're always welcome in here. So welcome everyone. Welcome to the stream. If you do want to come in and we have differing opinions, please be like Taylor. She set a very good example. We have different thoughts, but we were very neutral in being able to have a conversation. Um, so that is what we look for. Uh, I mean, even in political conversation, it's we can have different ways of thinking, but we can also, um, you know, we can also have a a good time in our conversation. Um, that's what makes you know almost say that's what makes the world go around because um, that's what make it basically it does because we can be different in our beliefs, but that's what we can be neutral in how we speak with each other. Okay, I can show you what I did in my makeup. I've got all my makeup here. All of my makeup, I did tag it down in you, and you'll probably be seeing it pop up. But I did tag it to the channel, so after the stream or underneath the stream, you can go down in the bottom and check it out. One of the things I start off with, um, it's like almost like a primer coat. It's this little spray. It's called Dragon's Blood. I bought this on Ipsy, and Ipsy is basically like a membership site. And if you buy their like one of their lower, the middle subscription, you can get basically 3 items you choose and 2 that they'll send you randomly. So I used the Dragon's Blood. Then I did some. What I do after that, as I haven't had my um, any electrolysis or facial hair removal yet, I use my concealer. And like I said, many of these products are tagged on my channel, so you're probably seeing pop up. I use some CoverGirl uh, concealer to cover up a little bit of the shadow. I mean, although I shaved, I use that. Um, and then I use a Maybelline foundation. Now, um, the foundation, the Maybelline works really well because you can go on their website and have them match your skin. I use Maybelline Fit Me, and basically with the I use a 130. The 130 was I can use a 130, a 120, or a 121. But basically, the way you get it to match your skin is they have an app on their phone where you can take a picture of yourself, spin in the room with a 360, get the different shades of light, and they will tell you what colors are best for you. Then I have tons of eyeshadow palettes, tons. What I did with my eyeshadow palette, as you can see, it's silver on top of my eyes. Yeah, and so I used this silver color here, and this is a Clinique eyeshadow palette. So I used the silver thread on top, right there, the third one on top, and used that one as my eyeshadow. I apply it thin, but I like to apply a thin but a wide coat on there. So, it gives it good color. And then my eyeliner is another thing I got via my Ipsy. And it'll be highlighted it will be one of the choices down in the tagged products. And it's this OPV. It came in a box with two. It came with black and brown. And then, and we're going to probably do, I want to do a different, get ready with me, but with a friend on here. And then, after that, I do use a lipstick by LA Colors. It is called Vintage. It is a red color. It's like a burgundy more than a red. I have it here with all my brushes. So it's this color here by LA Colors. It is called Vintage. And then I actually took some of the same eyeshadow and that I'm wearing on my eyes, and I put it over the lipstick. Someone suggested that, and sure enough, it gives you a little glittery look and looks fantastic. I loved it. And then I have all my brushes here all together. So, and then I have a little spray that I put as a set spray, and then that's pretty much it. I'll also use, instead of doing like blush or makeup, I also do use some of my eyeshadow as my blush, because you got to think about it. You already have some of that, you can find a contrasting, so I'll contour. You can see under my eyes, there's like a burgundy contour. So I use that, and then I just spread it, and that burgundy contour matches the lips. Cool. That's awesome, McKenna. Yeah. I hope we're gonna do next week is I'm trying to set up a live with one of my subs that goes by Shredder, and we're gonna do a live together. It's probably not gonna be a live where we're gonna be like live, what we're going to do is we'll pre-record it, edit certain things out. One thing I have with my StreamYard is that it'll drop me from it, and then I'll have to log back in, so I'll have to edit out every time it drops me. Yeah, definitely tune in for more. I try to be here at least twice a week, usually once each day of the weekend, Saturday and Sunday. And if not, I'll try to do more. Sometimes we're here every day of the week. If I'm off for the whole week, like 2 weeks ago, I was off for 10 days and we had 2 to 3 live streams a day. So have a good time. We have a good time here. One thing I'd like to do is not just to talk about my transition. As you can see, that it's called Jules Gems at Area 5T1. We talk about what's called the 5Ts here in Area 5T1, which is transition, triathlon, trends, teaching, and trucks. So that, we try to get many topics in here. We're not just about transitioning. Sass, welcome here. Thank you for joining us out there in India. So welcome everyone. Welcome to the stream. I had a little roll over there going, just kind of answering McKenna's questions about makeup. One day we'll do Get Ready With Me with Shredder on here. One of the things that when you'll see with the, it's called, you'll see Get Ready With Me, you can call it a GWRM. I'll do it. And yes, I'll be with nothing on. So you're going to see, one of the things you're going to see is no wig, no makeup on. So I'll look completely different. I'm going to look like my dead self, as you would call it. But that's what I'll do for you. There is a few videos on my channel where I did do with as my old self, because there was some legislation that was going to go on and about trans YouTubers, and for a while, I don't want to say I had anxiety, but I didn't want to have a target on my back. But now I came back as my true self. And you know what? I'm going to be a trans influencer no matter what. I'm here for all of you. If you're trans, LGBTQIA+, or just anybody that wants to watch my channel, not seeing me as who I truly am is not fair to all of you. So here I am. So welcome everyone. Welcome to the stream. Please do hit the like button, subscribe, consider dropping a super. Remember, all supers, 30% goes to charity, and the other 70% is going towards hopefully being able to put on a Jules Con. I think that'll be limited to 100 people, depending on what we. Raymond, we say, no religious conversation. So here's the top of the hour, and here's what happens at the top of the hour. I think what it does is, what YouTube will do is kind of start sending it out, and Okay, what do you say that's who you are? I actually would. This Shauna, I will kind of answer her question. Uh, the biggest thing is she says, why do you say that it's who you are? Obviously, it's not, people aren't born with blue hair, but many people, even straight people, will dye their hair blue. So just because they want to do something, I don't want to say rebellious, but they just want to try something nice. Welcome, Chris Beach and Sayad. Welcome. I'm doing fantastic today. As always, I will, ask you to hit a like, subscribe to the channel, join us here, hit the little bell icon. That way you are advised whenever we are on the stream. And, all of us can have a good time in here. We are now in the thousands of viewers today. Okay, I'm just saying love you, love who and who you are, and anyone worthy of your love will love you. And Shauna, this is the me that is real. This is who I felt I was. I went and saw someone because I was having this dysphoria, and she says, "Hey, no, you are truly trans. Express yourself how you want to do." Yeah, I am going to eat some food. Thank you so much, Saya. Thank you so much for the compliment. Please do hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Saya, I actually am single at this time. Mary Jane, lying about what? I'm not lying about anything. You don't, you're just judging according to what you believe. You're not. Well, why did your message said stop lying? Okay, I gotcha. Wow, Jason, I didn't even see them pop on there. So, welcome everyone. Welcome to the stream. You're on with Jules. Please do hit that like button, subscribe. We are doing fantastic on the stream right now in the last 48 hours. It's one of the top videos. Thank you, Sayo. Thank you for subbing. Um, that is greatly appreciated. Jesus loves me. Yes, Jesus is my uncle. So thank you very much. I know he does. I live in San Diego, California. I actually grew up out here. I moved to Florida for about 23 years. I was in Albuquerque, New Mexico for about a year and a half. Now I've moved back to San Diego. Oh, Daniel, I forgot to say hello. Uh, and please do hit the like button, subscribe. Uh, everybody is appreciated here. Okay, everyone, I'm going to step away for just a few moments. I'm going to go grab a drink. Okay, everyone, I'm back. Just a quick walk down the stairs. Um, my favorite, Mountain Dew, I've cut down to small cans. I used to drink 3 20-ounce bottles a day. So I'm trying to lose weight again. Um, so um, I've got, 3 triathlons this year. The first one's in May. So let's try to make it there. Last night, I should have put on my slippers to go down the stairs, but I went downstairs and I slipped on one of the stairs. I guess they're very slick because they are wood, and I was only wearing socks. But luckily, well, I landed on my side, more towards the flank area. And if you're ever going to fall, that's an area of your back that you want to hit. Because when you watch many people in martial arts or anything like that, that's where they land on. And then you always need to let out a good scream, because that helps relieve the blow of landing when you fall down. Kind of like an adrenaline release. I actually had a class taught at work like that when I worked at SeaWorld. Well, Jasir, what do you mean in the new world? What is reception? When you mean new world, I mean, reception can mean so many things. It could be after you get married. It could be when a quarterback throws you a pass. It could be when you're listening to the radio. Can you get stations? I mean, there's so many answers to that. I think we're going to go for let's try to make it the 3-hour mark on this stream. So if we can get enough people, we're only about 200 away. And what will happen is we're going to beat the second most watched video here in the last 48 hours. We can catch up to that. So welcome everyone, welcome to the stream. You're on with Jules. Please do hit the like button, subscribe. After this, I will probably make 2, if not 3 videos. And please do go watch the videos on my channel. They're all, I'm taking them in new directions. Like I said, we call this area 5T1. Yes, it sounds like Area 51. It's kind of a take on that. That's why I do have alien decoration throughout the, my room. It does 51 is my favorite number, has a lot of significance in my life. There is a video on my channel why 51 is so significant throughout my lifetime. And we will we can look at that. Another thing is many of the videos, when I started scripting them with the inspiration portion of YouTube, it's crossing over the 5 T's. In other words, it'll put transition and like triathlon together in a certain form, and it'll put trends and something together. So it really teaches many things. So like today, my first one will probably be on, it's actually one of the interesting ones that I found that it gave me, and I'll give you the title of it so you guys can what to expect. Like one of my videos today is called "From Tactical Gear to Estrogen: Why My Definition of Strength." Let's see if we can go back. From tactical gear to estrogen: why my definition of strength radically evolved. That's what, one of my videos will be about today. The question is, whose sake is their life propag being propaganda? Propag What are you saying there, Jazir? That last word, I don't understand what you're trying to say. Hello, Ms. Ruby. Welcome to the stream. You're on with Jules. Please do hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Let's go on, have a conversation. Please keep comments respectful. Also, thank you very much, Ms. Ruby. The blue is starting to be my favorite color. Jesse Gaming, welcome to the stream. Piper, welcome to the stream. Ms. Ruby, I am doing fantastic. How about yourself? For those of you that are joining the channel, I am Jules. All of you are my gems. Welcome to what I like to call Area 5T1, where we do discuss the 5 T's of my channel, which are transition, triathlon, trends, teaching, and trucks. When we go into teaching, we talk about several topics from, being prepared for times of disaster, to certain recipes I like to cook, to teaching about high demand religion / cults. I focus on the Mormon cult right now because I was a member for so long. And I also talk about urban myths. And then as far as trucks, I talk about the restoration modification of my Nissan Xterra that I am doing. In the next couple of weeks, I should be adding new lighting to it. I mean, new / old lighting, because I am replacing what someone decided to steal. I cook lots of Mexican food. I like to, I'm of Mexican, roots, and basically I will cook from, I love, in the morning, I love me some good chorizo with eggs, which also I will also cook. I love to cook enchiladas. That's my go-to dish that I like to cook. Also, there's soup. There's a certain soup that my mom likes to cook. It's with, I would almost call it like a baked potato soup, because you basically just boil the potatoes, you cut them up, put them in the, and just mix some tomato sauce with, milk in there, and it makes a very nice broth. Oh, and you got to mix the broth in, which is, I usually use chicken broth. Thank you, Joey. Welcome to the stream. And then you add whatever type of cheese you want. You can even make it like a loaded baked potato. You could add bacon in there, whatever you wanted. Welcome to the stream, Joey. Please do hit the like button, subscribe to my channel. Everybody is welcome here. Just keep comments respectful. I always like to say, one of the topics we like to keep out of the channel is we like to keep religion out of it, as I have subs that have religious trauma. Yeah, the soup is very good. I don't know if I think I may have done a video on my channel about the soup. You also you heat up some flour tortillas with it, and it does help. It's kind of a little extra thing you do in Mexican tradition is whenever you order a soup, they'll ask you if, do you want flour or corn tortillas along with it. And what I like to do is put butter on them and then just dip it into the soup. So it's a very good thing. What my ex, when I taught her how to make it, instead of milk, she would use she would mix sour cream into it. Correct, Miss Ruby. Here we talk. I'm an atheist, so I actually belong to a church of atheism, and we keep things neutral here. And so we get people that says, "Oh, repent, go back to Jesus," or you know, we usually just take them out of the channel, or I'll go on religious challenges with people because I grew up Catholic, went to Catholic school, and all that, and then I converted to Mormonism and talk about no acceptance of the LGBTQ plus community or tolerance. Uh, those are probably two big ones because as I was in Catholic school, they taught us how it was such a sin to be gay. Because back then, when I grew up, I was just being gay. You didn't see such visibility in the trans community. Look, Robert, for all these people that are cisgender, straight, and just kind of come in here to give a comment, they come in here. So I'm going to say what I always say. They come in here because one, they're curious, because they may be having feelings of dysphoria. Two, they're attracted to me, or they're investigating this. Once again, I think I'll reinforce that they're investigating about being trans themselves. So, why come in here if you're seeing something you don't like? Or, they're trying to see if they can get into seeing some, or they want to, date trans people. Because it's been shown that most uh, straight are, I've seen a study now that most um, trans porn is actually watched by straight cisgender men. And yeah, it makes you very happy. I came out in my 50s. Ms. Ruby, I am 55. I came out, I started having the feeling, well, throughout my life, I had the feelings of being trans, but it was something different through all that time. So, I, I started my transition at age 52, 53. At 51, I came out bi, but I think I'm more pansexual. Sexuality is very fluid. And no, they can't steal my shine because I'll I'll stand up for myself. So, that's basically, well, Robert, you might have never had one because you can only say that to someone on the internet. So welcome everyone. Welcome to the stream. You're on with Jules. Please do hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. We're in the last 48 hours, we are close to being on my channel, this being the second top watched video. Um, we're only about 150 away, or no, 200, two away from that. So let's try to make it there. I'm willing to stream till we hit that. We're trying to make this channel right now. Our next goal as far as subscriber count is 5,100. We are currently at 4,316. One of the things I will do what I like to do when we reach a certain goal is maybe do a little giveaway. Next year, one of the things we will plan is we're trying to plan a little get together here in San Diego. I found a small like auditorium, you could call it, with a LGBTQIA plus organization. They do have a small like conference room. I'm gonna try to find a date. I'm gonna kind of like look at the seasons as far as like conventions and stuff, because obviously San Diego is and it's very, I think it's near the convention center, and we have very good weather. People like to visit here, but I'm gonna try to make it's already been nicknamed Jules Con, so I might go with Jules GemsX Con. We're gonna try to make it and make that possible, but it'll be limited as far as who comes. So for the first one, and then as if needed, we'll grow. How many people want to come. So what'll happen is probably once we get it planned, I'll put out the announcement for it. Probably my mods will be the first ones to be able to get reservations or tickets for it. And then it'll be limited to like till the spots fill up. So we can have a good time, have several people, come give talks. We can all talk if we want to, have like a little open forum. I'm gonna try to get other trans YouTubers maybe to come that I know. So we'll see what we can do. So right now, if you drop any supers in here, whether it's a chat, a sticker, thanks, any part of that, first 30% goes out to charities, and it's 10%, 10%, 10%. It goes to 3 charities. One to Animal Humane New Mexico. I adopted a dog from them, so I'm still going to continue to donate to them because I got an awesome dog from them, and I still have them. And yesterday was our first year anniversary together. And I know, Yadira, Jason's like on it today. And then the second will be the Epilepsy Foundation here in San Diego. And the third will be to the center, which the center is where we would hold our little event. And then the other 70% will just go into my bank account, and it will sit there to be able to give the deposit on the auditorium and figure out. I know that they charge a per hour fee on that specific auditorium. So the more we gather, I would probably want to do like 8 hours. So I want to see, and then I don't know if they supply tables and chairs. If not, I would rent tables and chairs. So the more we gather towards Jules Gems X Con, the better. Gem X will be there. Thank you for joining us, Miss Ruby. Make sure you hit the notification bell for video content and our live streams, and join us anytime. So welcome everyone. Welcome to the stream. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. So I was just looking. Yes, and Ruby, make sure to watch because I am going to do some video content after the stream. So there will be some videos coming today. I'm probably going to do about 2 or 3 of them. Enjoy work, Miss Ruby. Hope it goes well. Let's see. So welcome everyone. Welcome to the stream. As always, you are on with Jules. Remember, you are a gem here. Where you are in Area 521, and we do discuss the 5 T's. Yeah, Yadira, once I really get everything set up in the Fourth Wall store, we're going to go, transfer to there. I will tell you, though, right now we got to keep up with, we'll keep doing the Printify. The Fourth Wall store, I think, is attached to the channel already, but I designed the product, but it's not showing the drawing that on the product that Helena did. So, and Helena did a fantastic job with that. I do want to thank her. Let's keep getting, hopefully we keep getting people in here. We are about 100, about 152 people away from beating my video called Unpacking My Trans Treasure. I might have her do that. I may have her help me, because I did notice that her store is a fourth wall. I even have her store attached to my channel because I want her to get her more merch sold also. It helps her out, and she does such a great job. I do want to thank everyone that has subbed today. So if you're still here, thank you for subscribing to us. We've had a great stream. Let's hope we can make our goal here. We're only about 141 away from what we would like to hit as far as views. Um, I did do, for those of you that are joining us here, I had several, I formed, for the, if many of you are watching, I've been doing a lot of short form content. Some of them I do use AI, which is, for those, I know I've had some people complain about the AI, but it's kind of fun. Um, Using the AI, you just put the picture of you in there. You just come up with what you want. I mean, like the other night, I was by the temple, San Diego Temple, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, which I've been inside of as a member of the Mormon Church. So it made me, I just plugged in the trauma, how you feel when you are by the temple of the cult you belong to. And oh boy, it came up with a pretty good video. I liked it. You know, it's come up with some videos, makes me look a lot younger than I really am. So um but it's good. I have fun with it because I can come up with certain content that it will, you know, couldn't do, like just to maybe try certain things for the future, or even like I said, I ordered a trans pride dress, and I want to see how it would look on me, and I did that, and I said with a pink bob wig, and it did it for that did that for me, and it was fun. I like it because we can have fun with it. We can make me, certain animated type of things. I really like uh, what I can generate on there. You know, I put in to see how my how certain tattoos will look on me. So I really have fun with it. So, but then I get the people that complain, why are you putting the AI? Why are you doing this? Why? You know, the way I look at it, long and the short of it, it's my channel. It's our channel, really. And really, the people that are complaining are people that aren't here that often. So it just, it's fun to play with it. I think the other people that use Fourth Wall is, hello, Mike. Welcome to the stream. You're on with Jules. Please do hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you aren't already. Um, Welcome in. Welcome to Area 5T1, where we discuss the 5Ts. Feel free to start a conversation, anything you'd like to talk about. The only thing we do ask is be respectful, and we keep religion out of it. Many of us are atheists here. Welcome, Vicky. Glad to have you in here. Please do hit that like button. Um, where are you at? Where's the crazy weather? Are you up north with the snow? And thank you for thinking about me. Um, I'm always thinking about all my subs. I may not be thinking, by a specific name, but I always keep my subs in mind. Oh, okay. What kind of crazy weather are you having? Just lots of snow? We're actually starting to get we're starting to get hot here. Last night was so hot it was hard to sleep. I thought the thing that was going to keep me awake was I was walking down the stairs. I went downstairs in the middle of the night, and then I slipped on one of the stairs and hit my back. But actually, it was more towards the flank, like right here where I'm actually touching. It does hurt, but it feels like it's more bruised than anything. I've just been taking Tylenol and Motrin. I'm not one to do more than that. It didn't bruise up, but um, I think the sound of the fall was worse than the actual fall itself. Um, it hurt initially, but it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. I thought it would hurt more this morning. It's not so much a pinched nerve. It's just it's bruising. Um, I know it wasn't. It didn't hit directly on the spine because that would have been pain. It was more. I can feel it that it's more on the flank area, which I actually landed in a very good manner. In fact, like I was saying earlier, when you watch fighter more like martial arts fighting, that's the area of the body they land on, because that is where there's more musculature and stuff, and you um, and it protects you. And even when they are fighting, you'll notice they'll do their kia, when they scream, and that is actually helps them relieve the stress on that fall and everything. That's what that's all about. It's about falling in a smart way. Um, and I thought I would actually have more pain today, but tomorrow may actually be more of the actual pain. Um, so welcome everyone. Welcome to the stream. We are working our way up to 5100. We only need 784 more subs to make it to 5100. I mean, I think by the end of this week, we will be very close. Um, I really feel that by the end of the year, we can have the 10,000 mark. So we'll see how it goes. Our goal will be once we hit 5100, we will go for the 10,200. Everything goes in increments of 51s here. So we're going for 5100 or 51 times 100. That's 5100. Then we're going to say 51 times 200, which will be the 20,000, which no, yeah, which will be the 10,200. So we're on our way there. We are doing fantastic. As far as this stream, we're about 109 views from what we're trying to make. Actually, we should say 110. Even less now. We're getting there. So welcome everyone. If you watched yesterday, I did do a little bit of work to GemsX. There's a short on it, but there's also a video. After this stream, I will be doing about three videos on different topics. I've got a pretty good one. The title will be From Tactical Gear to Estrogen, My Definition of Strength Radically Evolved. So let's, in fact, I'll probably have to pull out so maybe my tactical gear to and my like my have my estrogen bottles in hand. Of course, won't show my name or what name they're prescribed to. But I think that'll be good to have like examples on the channel. I think they'll be good topics to talk about. Welcome everyone. Welcome to the stream. You're on with Jules. Please do hit that like button and subscribe. Let's meet our goal for today. We've been streaming for 2 hours and 36 minutes. We've been having fun here. As always, my moderators have been doing a fantastic job at what they do, keeping trolls out of here. For those of actually, I do want to say that a few days ago it popped up on my phone. So technically, a few days ago was my 2-year transniversary. In other words, I started transitioning. In fact, it shows me when I went to the doctor, it popped up on my channel that I was not on my channel, on my phone, that it was the 2-year mark of transitioning. And then yesterday was 1 year with my dog Thomas. Officially, yesterday, it'd been 1 year since I adopted him. So it's cool because, you're seeing little trends in what over my lifetime, especially Albuquerque. Albuquerque was a great place to live because that's where I got lots of this started. If I could ever move back somewhere, I would probably go back to Albuquerque. It would be, I loved it there. It had a good mix of the seasons. It wasn't like, it wasn't an extreme. It was, and yet it was very balanced politically. I felt it was a very liberal place. We had a very liberal government, but yet it was balanced. I could carry open carry there, but yet it was a very liberal state. So welcome everyone. Another thing I have to work on, and the place where I'm probably gonna, if we're trying to get JulesCon to happen, I have to go to that specific center to to work on changing my gender markers on my birth certificate, my driver's license, all that. Let's try to make it. We're what, 63. We're about 70 views away. Or once we hit the 3 hour mark on this stream, we are going to shut down. Well, not shut down. We're just going to stop the stream. But it's been a good stream. We haven't done a 3 hour one in a while. So I want to thank everybody for joining me here. My mods, who always do a fantastic job, I do have to say that they are the GOATs. I've never seen a channel have such great mods. I know they mod for, in fact, other, I know Yadira does mod for another friend of mine, who is also a trans woman. If you ever want to go check out her channel, it's Mama Shar here on YouTube. She does a fantastic job. I've met her in important. Oh, and she does mod for our friend Deja. Deja joins us here on the channel here lots. So please do go check out Deja. And in fact, I've got a list of channels that I'd like to always recommend. Deja's channel, Kathy's channel. I will post them in the description down below. Let's see, I can do that now. Also, my friend Jenny Gage at Life Take Two. She's fantastic. Oh yeah, definitely for Kathy. I'm going to try to do another live stream where we can have multiple people, but we won't do the open forum again, Yadira, because obviously we had our person that decided to do the wrong thing here. We did an open forum live stream and someone decided to do basically some hateful type of thing here. Basically, I would call it terrorism on YouTube because, yes, assaulted us. And it was not necessary. So yeah, from now on, I'm just going to send it straight to the people I want on there. I would love to do one with, I know I'm going to do the one with Shredder. We could always invite her. We can invite Kathy. We can invite Deja. I'll even send you guys the link if you want to join us. You, Helena, Jason. I know you guys like to sit in the background and moderate, but I'll still invite you guys. I think it would be cool to have one big live forum. That would be fantastic, Yadira. But I'll have to do like on a Saturday where we can have like everybody, come in. I think we would have fun. We can also do it as a meeting of the Mayans on the channel, because like Shredder and I, what we're going to do with our live stream is we're going to film it ahead of time like I did with Jenny Gage. We met ahead of time, did the stream, and then she edited the certain things, where she felt that kind of like bloopers almost, you want to, or not bloopers, but just things that weren't necessary on the stream. That's what I liked about Jenny's. That's how she films her YouTube channel. She does it on, she uses StreamYard and she'll film it from her webcam and then does go and edit it. Welcome everyone. Welcome to the stream. You're on with Jules. Please do hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Uh, I've got a couple of videos coming up in about, what I'm going to do is finish up hopefully in the next 15 minutes. After that, I am going to film at least 1 or 2 videos, and then launch them on the channel. Please do watch the video content that I create. It always helps out, helps the channel, help spread it on the internet. Always hit a like, subscribe, comment, share the videos with other people you know. There's lots of content on there. Before, I would talk one T at a time. When I say T's, we talk the 5 T's on here. We talk about transition, we talk about triathlon, we talk trends, teaching, and trucks. Now, uh, with a program that I've been using, it helps me interconnect all of those T's and kind of put 2 or 3 of them together into one outline that becomes a video. And we have fun, like, and it does great. It's helping me make good content creation, and where people can relate to you know two different topics and how it helps. And I think it's been fantastic to use that, um, you know, inspiration type outline that it gives me for my channel. So I do want to say, I like to say thank you for watching this my streams. I think I'm going to start closing up. I do want to thank everyone for being here, being on this channel. Um, I want to thank my moderators for coming on here and helping moderate the channel, keeping knowing when to properly, knowing when to take out certain people that are here to obviously do the incorrect things. They're here to troll us. They do a fantastic job. I can say I probably have some of the best moderators on YouTube. Some of the comments that people put to troll us, I don't even see, because they're like, I have your deer here that's like a little ninja. Jason's the same way. So I do want to say thank you to them. Please, I'm going to ask once again, actually, it's not from Party Sydney. So obviously he probably goes and shops there himself and probably buys some. So, that's how he would know. So, I do always ask that they probably that whenever you come on here, if you're gonna put comments, chat with us in the chat box. Please keep comments respectful. We are here as a community to chat with each other and be respectful and help each other out in many ways. We can help each other out, giving our experiences, talking, of any experience that we have that'll help each other out. We aren't here to insult each other. I don't go here and insult cisgender people that are straight. Um, like here, Mr. Jose Oz that is saying I give drag a bad name. He's trying to make a Bon Jovi song out of this. First of all, I'm not a drag queen, because drag queens are something different than a trans person. So he needs to go and get his facts together first and figure out what a drag queen is, and what a transgender woman is, and even what a cross-dresser is, because there's completely different meanings to each one. So once again, I do want to thank everybody. It's been a fantastic stream today. We, we are going to what our old lives used to be. We'd do 3 hours, 6 hours. We've done a 12-hour live stream before. We had a great time during that one. Maybe we'll plan one of these days. So I do want to say thank you everyone for joining me here. Uh, like I always say, please do hit that like button, subscribe, put a comment in the comment section, anything you would like to talk about. I do want to say, watch videos on my channel. I always talk about, updates on my transition, where it's headed, uh, and a lot of interesting new topics as I'm finding ways of crossing them over. Because transition can be like a triathlon goal, to be like, working on my GemsX. And like Yadira is saying, if you're in crisis, please dial or text 988 here in the United States and Canada. That is the crisis line. So thank you for being here. Remember, I am Jules. All of you are my gems, and have a great day.